The lesson for today is involving solving motion-related problems. Show you the objectives we have to achieve in learning the lesson today. The first objective is to review the 5-step solution and solving word problems using quadratic equations. To learn how to solve a motion word problem using quadratic equations is our second objective. Now let us review once again the 5-step solution in solving quadratic word problems. The first step is to represent the given into different variables. The second step is to make an equation out of these variables in order to solve the given word problem. The third step is to solve the equation, giving us an answer. Now using that answer, we have to do the fourth step. We have to check that answer if it's correct. And the final step is to put down your final answer with the appropriate label. Now we represent Chumbra and Chumzo's rate into different variables. Chumbra's rate is x, and Chumzo's rate is x plus 1, as he traveled 1 km per hour faster than Chumbra. Now we put this into a table just like the age problem before. We put the columns of d or t, respectively, distance, rate, and time. We know from the problem that the d of Chumbra and Chumzo is the same, giving us 30. The rate is a representation of x and x plus 1. And their time, as we know, is r over d. D over r, I'm sorry. So now we know that 30 over x is the time of Chumbra, and 30 over x plus 1 is the time of Chumzo. Now we have to equate this with the equation. 30 over x equals 30 over x plus 1 plus 1. Now, we added the 1 because the time of Chumzo, as we know, is less than Chumbra's. We use the 1 to equate it so that we have an equal value. Now, we will multiply both sides times x and x plus 1, giving us 30 times x plus 1 equals 30x plus x times x plus 1. Now, if we distribute the 30 on the left-hand side and the x on the right-hand side, we get 30x plus 30 equals 30x plus x squared plus x. Now, if we transpose the right-hand side to the left-hand side, we're going to get x plus x squared plus x minus 30. The 30x is now eliminated due for the equation to be, transposed. Now, Now, we know that we have to factor this in order to get the value of x. Factoring this gives us x plus 6 and x minus 5. Now, using the zero factor property, x is either equal to negative 6 and 5. Once again, we pick the positive answer, as we know that rate, you cannot just travel in a negative distance. So now, if we use x equals 5, we have to substitute that into the time. So 30 over 5 equals 30 over 5 plus 1 plus 1. 6 is on the left-hand side, and 5 plus 1 is on the right-hand side. 6 equals 6, so now we know that the Rx is correct. Therefore, Chumbra's rate is 5 kilometers per hour, and Chumzo's rate is 6 kilometers per hour. Now let us synthesize the following lesson and give you some tips. The first thing we did was to review the 5-step solution we usually did. And we also successfully solved a motion word problem. Lastly, we effectively used tables in order to organize the information given in the problem. Once again, using tables is a very good tip, as it helps you organize everything without the needed fuss of writing everything down everywhere on the paper.